Hello, coming to you live today for um, an opportunity to explore your vocal range and to connect to your body, connect to your breath, connect to your voice. This particular exercise is really an introduction to connecting to your vocal instrument. Your whole body is your instrument as a singer, which makes it quite unique. And the first thing we'll do is we'll get grounded in our bodies, connect and get grounded. And then we'll develop our breath for singing and for sustaining sound. And then we'll use our two primary colors of our voice, our very rich chest mix, where you primarily will feel chest vibrations, and your fluffy, creamy head mix, which you primarily feel head vibrations. And we'll move through the chakras to balance your energy centers. So this singing lesson today is great for grounding if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling rushed. And it only takes a couple minutes to come back to your body, come back to your breath. And making sound is quite cathartic. Making sound vibration is naturally healing. It's our vehicle for expression. And cathartic is just one of the best ways to describe it. So if you can join us now, feel free. Otherwise, you can come back to this video and watch it whenever you feel like you could use some grounding, could use some vocal exploration. If you feel like anything's stuck in your throat, feeling particular tension in your throat, or if you're feeling stuck in your emotions, like really just swept up and spiraling in your emotions or your thoughts. I also have some other great processes for that too, the inquiry coaching method that I am trained in. But for today, I'm using singing as a tool for peace, creating peace in your body and full self-expression. So if you are going to join us in this, feel free to make sure you're in a quiet place first so you can focus and really have some time to dedicate towards yourself. And in this sacred space that you find yourself in, standing is what I recommend. You can sit, but I do recommend standing. And the first thing I'd like you to do is close your eyes or gaze down at the floor if that's more comfortable for you. And we're going to take some cleansing yogic breaths. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth. Exhale all your air out of your lungs. Deep cleansing breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and exhale. It's going to sound like waves crashing on the shore or like you're fogging up a mirror with your breath. We do two more of those yogic cleansing grounding breaths. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let your jaw release on the exhale, softening your face and your throat. One more breath. As you slow down your breath, you slow down your mind, and you come back to your body in this present moment. Beautiful. Now that you're feeling a little more grounded, we're going to shift into a singer's breath. So a singer's breath is a little different than yogic breath and our natural breath that we use automatically, our default breath. We are especially interested in sustaining the exhale in singing to usher out music, to usher out the melody. And the inhale, there's different schools of thought on the inhale for singing. I teach singing, inhaling in through your nose and your mouth at the same time. There's scientific reasons for that. I think that's the most efficient. So we're going to do that. We're going to practice our singing breath. And you also need to know about your breath apparatus, the mechanics for your breath. So this is the brief version. This isn't covering all the bases, but basically a lot of people know about the diaphragm muscle. And the diaphragm muscle actually goes up to your sternum when you're at resting. And when you inhale, the diaphragm muscle lowers. So it's shaped kind of like an upside down ice cream bowl. And it's resting here in the middle of your sternum. It's in the front of your body and in the back of your body. So it's not just breath we want to think about from the frontal angle, but also in the back of the body where your ribs are. It's like a sheet in the back of your body, and it connects to your 12th floating rib. If you can find the bottom floating rib in the back of your body, that's where your diaphragm muscle connects in the back of your body. So imagine this, it's like a jellyfish. I like to use that image. This jellyfish, kind of fluid and buoyant, up here. It attaches to the base of your sternum and balloons up or bubbles up here. It's round, and then it sheets down your back and connects to your 12th floating rib. So when you inhale, your lungs, which are located in the back, fill up with oxygen, right? And when the oxygen fills up the lungs lower. And as the lungs lower, the diaphragm muscle must get out of the way. So that's why the diaphragm muscle flattens to about here at the base of your sternum. Or a little bit lower. And when your diaphragm muscle lowers, that means that your stomach and your intestines and the organs in your belly need to be displaced, get out of the way for this flattening diaphragm muscle that's coming down. And that's why the belly expands and we get like what people call the Buddha belly when we sing. But I think there's not enough emphasis on the expansion in the back of the body. So if you could bring your hands to your ribs, your fingers in the front and your thumb in the back. Your thumb is pressing firmly into your 12th floating rib, and your other fingers are actually lining up with the rib cage here, connecting with the shape of the rib cage, which actually points a little bit downward. And I invite you to take an inhale. And inhale and imagine your belly expanding and your back expanding and your sides of your body, your torso expanding. And you should feel your rib cage expand 360 all the way around. So your rib cage will be expanding in the front, moving out and up. Your rib cage will moving outward from the sides, swinging outward. And in the back, where your thumbs are going to swing out and up. Okay, so that's the expansion you're feeling in your ribs. In the front, up and out. On the sides, swinging out. In the back, thumb swinging up and out. And when your rib cage expands 360 like that, we start to teach the muscles, the intercostal muscles that are between the ribs, to stay open, which they're not used to doing. So singing is really athletic, in fact. So if you're a singer, you're a vocal athlete. You're training your body and your muscles to do things that they typically don't do, just like any athlete. It's pretty intense performance to sustain this big expanded rib cage for longer than it wants to. So there's a little fight, a little antagonism happening in your rib cage. As you exhale, we're slowly going to let the ribs go back to neutral. So let's try this together. Take a big inhale with your hands on your ribs. And as you inhale, feel the 360-degree expansion as best as you can. You're not going to get it exactly right the first time. And in fact, I'm still working with my breath millions of years later. Probably like 15 years, or longer, 20 years to be exact. And as you inhale and feel this expansion, you're going to slowly release the exhale on a hiss, like a snake. And I'm going to exaggerate, but imagine your ribs just went right back to where they were, to neutral, really fast, and you're out of steam, you're out of air. You won't be able to sing a very long phrase. So let's try again. Big inhale. And then imagine you could keep those ribs open, just instruct them. Ribs, stay open. And exhale, hiss. Keep hissing and notice that the ribs are going to want to go in, but tell those ribs, no, stay open, ribs, and the muscles will do it. You just have to instruct it, and it's a new muscle to work. So some people actually feel some soreness after learning all the breathing for singing. We're using muscles that don't typically get used this way. So let's do 2 more of these hissing breaths to get connected to our singer's breath. Big inhale. And exhale, hiss. If your shoulders are coming up, let them relax. Tell those ribs to stay open, keep going. And then finally, you will be out of air. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. You want to keep going as long as you can. All right, so then when we sing, we inhale, and then we'll sing a sound. right? And you can sustain that sound, and that's the whole point. So now that we're going to move into actual singing phonation, I'm going to tell you about the two primary colors in your voice for women. It's similar in men, but it's a little different, and I mostly work with women. I do have some male students, and there's a different color chart that I use for men. It's similar, but there are some differences that are very important to the male singing voice, but this is for female singing voice that I'm going to be talking about today. The two primary colors are your head mix and your chest mix. And on this chart, you might have to zoom in later. This chart is showing all of the main colors in your voice. The main colors, there's quite a few of them. But the very most dominant primary colors are your head mix, the green, if you can see the green, and your chest mix, which is like these fuchsia colors over here. This is the higher side of the keyboard, and this is the lower side of the keyboard. You can extend your chest mix to higher sounds, and you can also extend your head mix, the green, to the lower sounds. But primarily for today, we're going to be working with where chest mix loves to hang out in the lower sounds. We'll be using our singing voice here, and we'll be using our singing voice in the high sounds where the head mix loves to hang out. And those are the two main colors that we'll work with today, the head mix and the chest mix. Chest mix is called that because it is a mix of your chest register and your head register, the way your vocal folds are operating, but they're primarily using the mechanics of the chest register. Predominantly chest register is in chest mix, but there is a mix, in fact. And so the way that the vocal folds are working is that they're just spending a little more time close together. These are your vocal folds, and the air is passing up from the lungs, past your vocal folds, and then up and out through your mouth. The vocal folds are just going to spend more time closed with good, healthy tension, healthy vocal fold closure, and that creates a rich, robust sound that we associate with chest mix and other colors, but for today, chest mix. And the head mix, when we use our vocal folds for head mix, we let the air pass through a little more easily. A lot more air passes through. The vocal folds don't stay closed quite as long, and so that gives this fluffier, airier quality, not to be confused with breath mixture, which is a stylistic choice for different types of singing. So if you have overly breathy, airy, sexy tone like Ariana Grande, that should be a choice, a stylistic choice. So we're going to get into that right now. So your chest mix and your head mix, we're going to do a little vocal warm-up using all of the 7 chakras. The work that I do in the world is quite holistic. I love to combine spirituality with humanity and energy and physicality. I think that's who we are. We're both spirit and human. So that's how I teach. And as we go making toning, singing sounds through the different chakras, that's how when you make these tones and using the particular vowels that are associated with the chakras, you're actually balancing the frequency of the vibration of that sound matches the frequency of those chakras. So this is an awesome practice to use when you're feeling overly stuck in your emotions or your thoughts, because it starts to align those energy centers where the emotionality can be out of balance, usually in your heart. If your heart's feeling really heavy, this will help balance that. Or if you're having a headache, if lots of tension in your head, lots of thoughts, then this will also help balance that. Lots of other ways, but those are the main ones. So let's do some singing. So the first vowel that we're going to use, I'm going to show you my little chart here of the chakras and the associated vowels. So these are the vowels associated with the 7 chakras, and we are going to sing them, starting with an M. M is going to bring the vibrations forward in our face, which is a great place to have our sound project, like using our face like a microphone. And then we'll do the associated vowel. So the vowel for the root chakra, located at the base of your pelvis. And you can even bring your hand here. I mean, it's kind of hard to totally touch this place unless you feel comfortable totally holding on to what would be your genitals, your root, your tailbone, and the base of your pelvis. Holding that space, closing your eyes if you'd like, or looking at the floor, we're going to tone the vowel So we'll put an M in front, mom, and we'll close with an M. So it'll sound like mum. And we're going to hold this as long as possible using our long exhale that we've been practicing. And then I'll show you the chart for the next one. So I'll give an example first. So this is the pitch, middle C. And I'm using the harmonium. I love the way it sustains sound. And we're going to start with an M. Ooh, and also using your chest mix. So you're going to use a sound that vibrates in your chest. It's going to feel robust, like a soldier, or like a sternness or a powerfulness to it. So it's going to feel pretty loud and rumbly in your chest. If you want to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your root chakra, you can feel free to do that. Big inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your ribs, 360 degrees like we practiced. And very slowly, letting the exhale out like the hiss, but instead we're going to be singing. Here we go. Big inhale. So that one more time together. Pitch of C, harmonizing, balancing the root chakra. Big inhale, 360 degrees, and slow exhale, starting with an M. Beautiful. So now we're going to the second chakra. You can bring your hands to your low belly, below your navel. This is the center of creativity and sensuality. And this is the vowel oo. We'll start with an M and close with an M. Let your face be relaxed. Fill up your rib cage 360 degrees. Inhale through your nose and mouth. One more time together. Inhale. And imagine these vibrations are actually coming from those energy centers that we're speaking to. So the next one's at your solar plexus, which is at the base of your sternum, that same place where the diaphragm muscle attaches and lowers and flattens when you are inhaling. This is your power center. And the vowel is O. So mom. Big inhale, fill up your ribs. So again, you can feel the vibrations in your chest and in your solar plexus. Chest vibrations because it's chest mix, and solar plexus because that's this power center that we are energizing and harmonizing. One more time. Awesome. Now we're moving on to the heart chakra, the green. And you can just keep both hands on your chest here. It'll still be chest mix. And the vowel is aw, like I saw you the other day. Or if you're from Long Island, coffee. All right, so starting with an M, big inhale, fill up your ribs. Inhale through your nose and mouth. You might hear a little dissonance here. I have a G playing at the same time. So just ignore that. Stick with me. Inhale. Yay. All right. Moving on to head mix. So now you're primarily going to feel the vibrations in your head. The G is already waiting for us, and G is the note associated with your throat chakra. The vowel is ah, like mom. Mom. Here we go. With your head mix, it's going to feel fluffier, maybe sweeter, softer, but it could still be loud. One more time. Inhale through your nose and mouth. Fill up 360. And especially if you close your eyes, you'll notice the vibrations in your head. You might even get a little lightheaded or dizzy. So if you need to sit, feel free to do that. Moving on to our third eye chakra, you will actually feel the vibrations in your forehead by your third eye here, all located throughout this space. Of course, you're going to feel vibrations everywhere in your body when you sing, but these are the primary places we're looking to accentuate the vibration. And the vowel is A, MAME, starting with an M. Big inhale, nice and relaxed. And imagine that sound is coming right from the third eye as well as all in your head vibrations. One more time. Just ignore the dissonance that you're hearing and just listen to my pitch. And the next one is your crown chakra. The vowel is E, meme, and you will definitely feel the vibrations at the top of your head, almost like a whale in that little spout hole that the whale has. Imagine the sound is coming right out of the crown of your head. Again, you'll feel it in other places too, but primarily feeling it here. With the vowel E, big inhale. Oh, I should start with the M first. Got a little ahead of myself. Try again. This is a really fun one to feel. Let's do it again. Inhale. And to wrap up, we also have, I'm forgetting the name of this chakra right now, but there's another chakra about 10 to 12 inches above our head, and we're going to use it's 8 steps up, so it's an octave, so we're going to use the same vowel we used for the root chakra, which is mum, one more time, but up a little bit higher, an octave higher from the root chakra down here where we use chest mix. Now we're going to use our head mix way up high. Mum, starting with an M, big inhale. So if you want to have one hand on your head and one hand holding onto the chakra, connecting you to everything, connecting you to the cosmos, feel free to do that. Here we go, big inhale. All right. So you can use this warm up anytime, first to ground into your body, then to create more peace and alignment with our breath and slowing down the nervous system, and then harmonizing each one of the chakras and the energies they're concerned with. I'm not going to get into all like what they mean right now, but really briefly, root chakra for grounding, second chakra for creativity, third chakra for power and conviction, heart chakra for compassion, self-love, self-acceptance, throat chakra for speaking your truth. Obviously, singing is really great for opening this throat chakra, sharing your voice, sharing your truth, sharing your communication. Third eye for intuition, getting insights, from spirit. And crown chakra, connecting to the cosmos and universality, our interconnectedness. And the chakra above that, I can't remember the name, forgive me. And I don't remember the exact quality of that one, but it feels like a even a deeper connection into the cosmos, into other dimensions even. So thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to have this video gifted in my 7-day Your Body is a Gold Mine series that's happening over in the Sovereign Women Movement Facebook group. It's my Facebook group. It's a great community of women who are interested in really becoming artful and masterful with their sacred and erotic body. Your body is holy, and it's this animal, and it has all of these what feels like contradicting desires and needs and wants. And if we can become masterful in holding both and knowing what's right in this moment, what we're needing in every moment, that's how we live a life really fully and with joy and fulfillment. But this singing exercise was just an opportunity to see what it's like to work with me, even in a singing capacity. If you'd like to learn how to use your voice for karaoke, open mic nights, singing to your babies or your kids, or singing to yourself in the car, in the shower, or just professional speaking if you want to be confident in front of the room, sharing your voice if you're a professional speaker, or even just sharing what's very intimate and true for you with a loved one, and being able to open your throat chakra and trust your truth, and knowing the difference between your truth and what might feel like a truth but isn't actually true for you, like the highest you, your highest self. So that's a big conversation. Tomorrow I'm hosting a chat to tap into this conversation even more, going through the same exercise I showed in this video today in person. And on Saturday, I'm offering a deeper workshop, a deeper dive into this work here in LA. And if you want to learn more about that, I'll drop the information in the comments. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. And I wish you the fullness of knowing how it feels to unlock your throat and to speak your truth in a way that feels aligned with who you are, and also touches and inspires others if that's what's meant to be. All right. See you next time.